Hello. I'd like to talk to you today about some new reporting requirements that are coming up for the ACO and all ACO members that we're going to be implementing starting in 2024. So, CMS is going to be requiring ACOs to report quality measures in a new way starting in 2025. From CMS's point of view, this is optional in 2024. However, we understand that there's new technologies, there's going to be some new processes, and even some of the data might be new. And we expect a pretty long lead time for all of the people to get educated and to test the technology and get everything deployed. So we feel strongly that we need to get started in 2024. So even though CMS refers to 2024 as optional, we're planning on starting right away to get ready so that by the time 2025 comes around, we're able to hit the ground on day one. So, what will we need from you? To be able to get started, there are a couple of things that are good news. First of all, the data that you'll need will come from certified EHR, and any EHR that you're using that's certified by CMS will be required to be able to produce the new data files we need. So you probably already have that ability. Now, those data files are called QRDA1, and they contain information on every single patient encounter from your EHR, together with an evaluation of performance on quality measures that we need to collect. We've done a little bit of piloting. And what we found in our pilot studies is that because all of this is so new, that sometimes even the customer support staff from EHR vendors might not be knowledgeable in QRDA1. And from the time when you reach out to them to ask for help until they're able to give it to you, might take a little bit of extra time because they're going to have to figure it out on their own as well. In some cases, we've seen some EHR vendors might even require you to negotiate an additional fee for QRDA1. And sometimes we see because the content is so new, uh, there are cases where the data that comes in on the QRDA1 is going to fall short and is going to need to be corrected, either by action from the EHR vendor or perhaps sometimes by action from your clinicians as they document in the EHR. And also the kind of the bad news here is that if you find that your vendor cannot generate appropriate data within the time frame we need, you may be in a position to have to require additional supplemental technologies. So, in light of all this, we've managed to secure some resources to help out. We've arranged a contract with C3 Partners, who some of you will have seen from prior years where we've worked on macro and macro optimization. They're very knowledgeable in these topics, and they're knowledgeable in the role of the ACO and what we're trying to do as well. What we've asked them to do is to provide some help to the clinics in the process of being able to extract and analyze the necessary QRDA1 data. There's probably going to be some education that you all will need, and they're here to help with that. There's probably even a couple of times where they're going to have to get involved with educating your actual EHR vendors. I've also asked them to coordinate and track some specific milestones that we can follow to make sure that all of our clinics are live by January 1st of 2025, and then periodically report progress on those milestones back to the ACO. Let's talk about what those milestones specifically are. The first step is to validate that each of your EHRs at your clinic site actually has the ability to generate an accurate QRDA1. Once we figured out that your EHR can generate the file, and there's going to be a separate milestone, a separate step to test and make sure that the content that you actually generate, that you know the processes to generate that content within your clinic, and we're able to get the files created and do a little bit of testing to make sure the file is good. And finally, we're going to perform an initial upload in the testing phase of the QRIDA to a specific site at the ACO. And then once that data comes in at the ACO, we're going to report back to the clinic, back to you on what your scores look like. So that's it for now. Look for a call or an email from the C3 Partners folks and give them all of the support you can. They're going to support you as well. Thanks.